All this week we're in St. Joseph, Michigan, along the shores of Lake Michigan, and today we're at the Box Factory for the Arts. And I'm with Judy and Allie, and Judy, you're with the Berrien Artists Guild.
That's right.
The bag.
The bag, right.
The bag and the box.
Right, the bag owns the box.
And I'm guessing the Box Factory was at one time, don't tell me, a box factory?
That's correct. It started in 1903 approximately. They built this building to manufacture fancy boxes. Perfume boxes, candy boxes. They made boxes for fishing lures, made all kinds of little boxes, not corrugated boxes, fancy boxes.
And it's huge. You have a number of member artists that occupy space here,
right.
And we're going to take a tour in just a few moments.
Right. That's correct. We have 39 artists that have studios here. They lease space from us, and they have their own schedules, so they come and go as they want.
And this is a big year for the Berrien Artists Guild.
50 years. Okay. 50 years ago, 4 women sat around their kitchen table and planned an organization, and it's become the Berrien Artists Guild, which now owns this huge facility.
And this is the only thing of its kind in the whole county.
Well, in the entire region, I think. You know, that includes Northwest Indiana, Southwest Michigan. Yeah.
And Allie, we're in a gallery, the main gallery right now, with this sculpture, and I believe this gallery currently is hosting a sculpture exhibit.
This is our first biennial sculpture exhibit, indoor exhibit. We have 16 artists that have over 40 pieces in the gallery.
Well, let's take a look around at your huge space and meet some of the artists in the Box Factory. This is the main gallery when you first walk into the Box Factory, and right now you have beautiful sculpture of various sizes and shapes and forms. Are all of these sculptures by different artists, Allie?
They are by 16 artists that are local and regional. All ages, from junior and high school, in college, to professional artists.
Tell us about a couple of the pieces, like this.
I love this piece. This is called the Kindergartners, and they're lined up to go to the bathroom, I think. And they stand 2 by 2. They're coil-built ceramics. So it means each one is built by a layer of coil up to get to the top. They're hollow in the middle so they don't blow up in the kiln.
You've got some functional pieces here too. I think, some windmills over here?
These are called whirligigs, and if you turn the windmill, they work. So this is an emerging artist. He's actually retired, and he has started making whirligigs. I found him at a show in Elkhart, Indiana. So I've been gathering artists and artist names by traveling throughout the region and attending shows and talking to other gallery curators to meet new people in the area.
How often do you have a different show in the main gallery?
We change out shows every 6 weeks, which is a pretty rigid and rugged schedule for us to keep up.
You also have in this main space a performance studio where you present entertainment.
We have a stage, and we have about 120 seats set up at all times. On Friday nights we show films, the first and the end of the month, and every Saturday night there's a concert.
Well, let's go see some of these 30-plus artists that are in residence here at the Box Factory.
That would be great.
All right. Allie, this is one artwork?
This is by Christina Root, who always finds an old piece of pottery that she repurposes in her clay pieces. So each one is sold individually, and this is the first opportunity she's had to put them all on a wall as she intended.
Well, I hope we don't have starving artists here in the Box Factory. They're also able to sell their work and also do work for commission?
Yes, they do. And for example, this artist was just on stage in a program we have called Business of Art, and she was one of the over 50,000 a year people.
Now, how do you keep the kids out of participating in this sculpture that's here on the floor?
They don't. They get right into it. Each bowl is filled with rice. It's a Zen piece about leaving an offering on a doorstop. And the colors go from white rice to black rice as you move back through the piece. And Lynn had a couple young children here the other day, and they had it all over the floor and all mixed up.
And that's okay.
That's all right.
Well, I know this is West Michigan, but this is looks a little further west. This is looks like the Wild West.
This is Tom Fuller's studio. He does intense paintings of horses and saddles.
Intense?
Intense meaning that he used a double-aught brush for most of his work.
I was picturing you got some horse stuck in some tent somewhere and you painted that, but that's not it.
No,
Okay.
come on inside and meet Tom.
Howdy, partner.
Hi. Hi, I'm Tom Fuller.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Now, what's the idea? Are you just a Western aficionado? Are you from the West?
No, I'm from Wichita, Kansas,
Okay.
and I've been painting the West and cowboys and horses since I was a young child.
Now, you just have not paintings in here, but you've got a lot of things like cowboy hats and boots and saddles.
Things that I've collected over the years and things that have given to me and have been in my family over the years, and it's all just this is where I keep it.
How did you end up at the box factory?
Well, actually a friend of mine, when I moved back here about 9 years ago, a friend of mine suggested that I try to get in here, and so I applied, and luckily I got accepted. And I found this studio, and it's become my second home, actually. And then we were lucky enough to get Allie, and it's really my home, and this is where I do all my painting.
We don't have a lot of cacti and cowboys in this part of the state. What do you use for inspiration?
Well, I go back home. My home is Wichita, and I go back home, and I take a lot of pictures at horse fairs, and I'm part of the Michigan Ranch Horse Society, and I go out there to take pictures, and I do a lot of going around to different local places and getting my inspiration from there, and reading books, and that's where it all comes from, my heart and soul.
Do you have a horse?
No, I don't. I wish I did, but I don't. But that's where it all comes from, inside.
Beautiful work.
Oh, thank you very much.
Allie, this has got to be one of the brightest studios in the whole place here at the Box Factory. And Mickey's the artist. Not only bright light, but the colors, everything is very bright. Hi, Mickey.
Yeah, I actually share this studio with two other artists, Diane Bartley and Bob Gottlieb. So it's a wonderful space, and it accommodates three of us very easily.
What do you paint?
I paint all kinds of bright colors, bright color, abstract expressionism. I do a lot of florals. I do oil, acrylic, pastel, watercolor, anything. It's a passion.
And how did you end up at the Box Factory?
About 6 years ago, I was taking a class from another artist here, Tom Fuller, and I just fell in love with drawing and painting and started taking some classes at the Art Institute in Chicago and completed a certification there in 4 years, and voila, here is a studio at the Box Factory. And this place is amazing. It is a wonderful, wonderful atmosphere for artists. We feed off of each other. We welcome groups in here. We love to have kids. It's just, it's a vibrant place.
Well, you must have been the Art Institute's star pupil. Your work's beautiful.
Thank you so very much. I was not the star pupil, but I appreciate the compliment. Thank you.
Allie, this must be a magnet then. The artists are attracted to the community because you have a facility like this.
I think that's correct. I think that artists tend to attract artists, and low rent attracts artists.
That for sure, yeah. And water seeks its own level.
And it's such a cool building that I have a waiting list of about 15 artists right now wanting to get into the box.
I bet.
Most of my tenants are very secure. They're not leaving.
Beautiful work.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming to visit.